Yo, what's going on everyone? In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to claim a couple cars that are worth over $1.6 million for basically completely free in GTA 5 Online. And these aren't just any normal cars, they are rare special limited time vehicles that you definitely don't want to miss out on. So if you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to go down below and drop a like. But now let's get into how to get these two free cars. In order to get these two free cars, all you need to do is own a salvage yard. Once you own one, enter inside of it and then go up to your computer. Once you're at there, log in and you'll see here there's two cars with a garage logo on it. The Vapid Clique and also the Comet Safari. These are the two cars that we are going to be getting for completely free. I know these cars do look quite basic in the picture, but trust me, once we get the cars for ourselves, you'll see they look way better. As you can see, here is a spoiler on how both of the cars are going to end up looking like. So the first vehicle I'm going to be showing you how to get is the Vapid Clique. So go ahead and select that one and then pay the $20,000 that it costs to set up this robbery. From there, you'll see you need to do 5 setups first, and then after we can finally do the finale to unlock the car. Anyway, the first setup that we will be going over is called the LSDS disguises, so go ahead and start that mission up. This one is really easy. It should take you under 5 minutes to complete if you do it correctly, but what you need to do is go over to the treatment works plant and then you'll see it tells you to destroy 3 sewage tankers. For this part, don't really worry about all of the police officers. All you want to do is mainly worry about exploding all 3 of the tankers. After that, it will then tell you to turn all of the release valves, and for this part there will be a whole bunch of different valves and there will be police officers all around you. So this part you do want to definitely take out all of the police officers around you. And once you do turn your very last release valve, the contamination bar should now be completely all the way to the top. So from here, all we need to do is wait for the LSDS van to arrive. Once we see the van spawn in, we can then go behind it and then hop inside. Once you are inside, all we need to do is deliver this van all the way over to the salvage yard, and you do need to lose the cops before we make our way over there. A fast way to lose the cops is once you get over to the salvage yard, blow yourself up and then hop back inside the van because the cops are now going to be completely gone after you spawn back in. But anyway, once you did deliver the LSDS van over to your salvage yard, you are now completely done doing the first setup. We can now do the second one. And this second setup is called Storage Keycard, which is once again another really easy mission to do. So let's get into how to do it. All we are doing is going over to Mirror Park where we need to search a yellow circle on the map for a valet's car. And if you are in a Oppressor Mark II like me and you have lock-on missiles, your lock-on missiles should lock onto the car once you pass by it like mine did right here. Once you locked on that vehicle, it should then tell you to enter inside the valet's home because that is his house. So enter inside and then you want to locate the valet to then take him out. After that, click right D-pad to search his body for the wallet, and then after you need to search for a safe. Once you find that safe, go over to it and then open it to then steal the storage key card. From there, we can now exit this house and then make our way over to the salvage yard to then deliver this key card over there. And boom, just like that, we are now completely done doing the second setup. It is even easier than the first one. Anyway, now that we finished that second setup, we can now do the optional prep, but don't worry, we are not going to be doing this at all because there is a trick to skip this optional prep completely but also complete it. To do this, simply start the optional prep up, and then once you exit the salvage yard, what you want to do is immediately open up the pause menu. Then go down to where it says find new session and load into a new invite only session. Once you load in, you have now completed that optional mission. You will also see once you load in on the map, there should be 3 duffel bags that are spawned in now. And these 3 duffel bags are 3 tasks that we need to complete. So go over to any one of those on the map and you'll see it tells you to click right D-pad to start it. You can see the first one we are going to be doing is called the Rappel Equipment Task. Just to show you how easy these are, all we are doing in this one is breaking into a hideout and taking out all of the people inside of here. After you take them all out, we can then locate the duffel bag with the equipment inside of it and then pick it up. Once you pick it up, we can then exit the hideout. From here, all we need to do is deliver this duffel bag all the way over to the salvage yard, and after we deliver it, we are now completely done doing this very first task. My bad, there's only actually 2 duffel bags, but the second duffel bag task that we need to do is going to be called the gas mask task. For this one, all we need to do is go over to a fire station and then search it for a crate filled with gas masks. Once you find it, go over to it and then click right D-pad to steal it, and all we need to do is deliver these all the way over to the salvage yard. After we delivered it over there, just like that, we are now completely done doing this second task. It is that easy. So getting into the third task, this one is really easy. All we need to do is go over to the Diamond Casino and enter inside the casino. Once inside the casino, all we need to do is head over to the restroom, where we then need to plant a sticky bomb on the toilet. Once you plant it there, we can then exit the restroom, and just like that, we are now completely done doing this third and final task. So that means it is finally time for us to do the finale, which this is going to be the podium robbery, and this one is really easy. Let's get into how this one goes. What you first need to do in this finale is drive the LSDS van over to the vantage point, and once you are over there, you need to ring up the phone and call the detonate bomb option to explode that sticky bomb that we placed inside of the casino bathroom. From there, we need to drive the van all the way around the casino entrance to then enter inside. Once inside, you then need to follow this guard all the way over to the mess. From here, you'll then click right D-pad to start cleaning up the mess, and then the guard will be looking at you. Once he starts to walk away and walks inside of that room, you can then stop cleaning up the mess and follow that exact same room that he entered inside. You'll see here is where the elevator entrance is at, so go up to it and click right D-pad to call it. Once you call it, you should then enter inside the elevator and go into the next room. This next room that we are going to be inside though is completely pitch black, but all you want to do is search the entire area for a elevator hatch without getting caught by any of the cameras or any of the guards. So just take your time, but eventually you should find the elevator hatch. Once you do find it, go up to it, and then you'll be put through a quick cutscene of you rappelling down the entire elevator shaft. Once all the way down, you'll see there's going to be this facility door. To open it, go up to the side right here to click right D-pad to insert your key card. After that, you'll see a whole bunch of guards inside this room, so all you want to do is take them all out, and then after, immediately disable the security measures. From there, we can then go right behind us where the Clique vehicle is, and then get inside to then exit out of the casino inside of it. But you'll see once you try to exit out, you'll see the door is going to be completely locked. So to open this last door, all we need to do is enter inside this room over here to the right, where there is going to be 2 guards inside of here. All we need to do is take them both out, and then you'll see there is going to be a computer to go up to and click right D-pad. Once we completed that very simple hack, the door should now open, and we can now enter inside the vehicle to then drive it outside of the casino. And now we are basically completely done. All we need to do is drive this vehicle all the way over to the salvage yard to complete this finale. As you can see, I just delivered my Vapid Clique over inside of the salvage yard, and we are now completely done doing the entire robbery for this Vapid Clique inside the salvage yard. Once you enter inside after completing it, you'll see the Vapid Clique is now stored inside of here permanently until we choose to do something with it, like claim it for ourselves or sell it. Which of course, I don't know why you would sell it. It only sells for $200,000. Might as well just claim it for completely free, since it is worth more than $200,000 as the car itself. But we are not done yet. I still need to show you how to unlock the Comet Safari, so let's get into how to do that entire robbery mission next. To start the Comet Safari mission, of course, enter inside the salvage yard once again, go over to your planning computer, and then select the Pfister Comet Safari to pay the $20,000 for the setup cost. Once again, we need to do 5 setups in total, and then after we can do the finale. But the first setup is called Sabotage and Disguise. Let's get into how to do this one. All you are doing is going over to the Elysian Island, where you then need to break into the LSPA office. Once inside, hack the LSPA database here at this computer, and after, we need to plant 3 explosives all around this room. From there, you need to search this entire room for a yellow duffel bag with the Coast Guard outfits inside of there. Once you find it, pick it up and then leave the office. After we left, we can then open up the phone to call the detonate bomb to explode those explosives. After they exploded, we then need to deliver these outfits all the way over to the salvage yard. And boom, just like that, we are now completely done doing the very first setup. It is that easy. So let's now get into doing the second setup, which this one is called Skylift. And all we are doing for this one is first of all heading over to the Sandy Shores airfield. Once over here, we need to steal that Skylift helicopter, but in order to do that, we need to first of all take out all of the enemies surrounding it. After you take out a good amount of the enemies around the helicopter, you'll see a bunch of waves of Merryweather helicopters start to spawn in. So what you then need to do is take out all of these helicopters. But after you take out all of those helicopters, it then should let you get inside of the Skylift helicopters. So once you are inside, fly it all the way up in the air, and then we can fly it all the way over to the drop-off. Once you arrived over here, all we need to do is park the helicopter here at the checkpoint and then leave the area. Once we left the area, just like that, we have now completed the second setup mission. But it is now time to do our optional setup mission, which this one is called Disrupt Air Support. But like I said for the first one, we don't need to do the entire mission. All we need to do is start it, and once we load outside of the salvage yard, All we need to do is open up the pause menu, go over to where it says online, and then click find new session to load into a new invite only session. Once we loaded in, all we need to do is take a look at our mini map, and you'll see there's going to be 3 duffel bags on the map, and those are going to be the 3 tasks that we now need to do. So go over to any one of those 3 green duffel bags on the map, and once you are over there, go on top of the green circle to click right D-pad to start it. As you can see, the first task that we are going to be doing is the boat task. And for this one, all we need to do is break inside of the storage facility. Then once inside, we just need to steal a boat. And this is very simple. What we need to do first is take out all of the enemies inside of here. Once we took out a good amount of these enemies, we can then get inside of one of these pickup trucks to drive it over to one of these boats and hook it up. Once you hook it up, we can then drive the boat outside of the facility. Once outside, all we need to do is deliver this boat all the way over to the salvage yard, and once we deliver it over there, we are now completely done doing the first task. Now getting into the second task, this one is called the flares, and this one is really easy. What you first want to do is go over to the lifeguard station where we need to search the entire area for some flares. Once we find the box of flares, go up to it to collect it, and once we collect it, all we then need to do is deliver this over to the salvage yard. And just like that, we are literally completely done doing this entire task once we deliver these over to the salvage yard. But getting into the third and final task that we need to complete before we do the finale, this one is called the bolt cutters. And it's literally the same thing that we just did for the second task with the flares. We are literally going over to a yellow circle area where we need to search this entire area for some bolt cutters. Once you find them, go up to it to click right D-pad to collect it, and once you collect it, all we need to do is deliver this over to the salvage yard. And boom, just like that, we are now completely done doing all of the setups for this robbery. So it is now time to do the finale for this robbery, and the first thing that we need to do once we start it is go over to the Elysian Island, and once you are over there, we need to enter inside of one of these sea sharks, but then hop back out of the sea shark and get inside of any one of your flying vehicles to head out to sea. I recommend doing this in an Oppressor Mark II because it is the easiest vehicle to do this in. Anyway, once you go out to sea, you'll see there is going to be a big boat. So all you want to do is land exactly where I do right here. That way we can easily jump down to enter inside the bridge. Once you entered inside, all we need to do is take out these 2 enemies, and one of them is going to be the captain. So once you take him out, what we need to do is search his body. After that, we can now come over here to the screen to start accessing the bridge terminal, and once we access the entire bridge terminal, we can then exit this entire bridge to then start searching all 3 of the containers. And inside of one of these 3 containers will be the Comet Safari. So once you cut open one of these containers and find it, what you need to do is place flares on the side of the container with the Comet Safari. Shortly after, the Skylift helicopter should then come over and pick up the container. Once he picks up the container, what you then need to do is follow that helicopter all the way over to a parking garage where he is then going to drop that container. Once he drops it, you'll see there's going to be a cutscene of the container opening and the car coming out. Once the car is out, we can then hop inside and then finally deliver this over to our salvage yard. And just like that, as you can see, I just delivered my Comet Safari inside of my salvage yard, and we are now completely done doing this entire robbery. Once I load inside, as you can see, here are both of the vehicles that we just did the robberies for to get for completely free. So if you're wondering how to buy these, it is pretty simple. All you need to do is go up to any one of these vehicles and click right D-pad. You'll see at the very bottom the option to click claim for $10,000. And I know it says free, but it does cost $10,000, but the only reason I said free is because during that mission, you should have earned over $50,000. So that covers the setup cost and also the cost of the vehicle and even 30K extra. But yeah, it's pretty much that simple. You literally walk up to the vehicle, click right D-pad, and then click claim for $10,000, and then select the garage you want to see the vehicle inside of. Just like that, once you do it, of course, for both of the vehicles, they will both now be saved inside of that garage. And yeah, that is now going to be the end of today's video. You now know how to claim over $1.6 million worth of free cars in GTA 5 Online, and by looking at these cars, you can tell these are limited time special vehicles that are only going to be available this week. If you are wondering the price of these vehicles, the Comet Safari is worth right around $900,000 with no upgrades on it, but of course it does have upgrades, and then the Clique is worth around $700,000. But yeah, that's now going to be the end of today's video. I hope you all did go on to enjoy. If you did and you still haven't already, please do me a favor by going down below and dropping a like on the video before you click off. And until next time, I will see you all in my very next GTA 5 Online video. Peace.